We had to cross mountains and valleys and tunnels to reach Manali. It was a 10-hour journey. As we entered Manali, the beautiful sunset and cold breeze was welcoming us. We could see a lot of water activities too, like kayaking, zip roping, hot air balloons, paragliding on the way. The first thing which we ate here was sweet corn and Maggie. It was a different feeling altogether. From this spot, we could also see a mountain covered in snow, which made us extremely excited. We reached our hotel at 9 p.m. and the temperature was almost 4 degrees Celsius freezing cold. We were all shivering. Another thing over there was that we booked a very small hotel. So like maybe it was a 3-star hotel. So such places like usually around like wherever there is snow, such places do not have ceiling fans. They use heaters. So we too had to use a heater. But the problem was that we didn't know that the heater was not included in our stay. So that's why we had to pay extra to get a heater. That's the reason always check with your hotel whether they have all the facilities available. Another incident which took place was about the water geysers. We didn't know that it takes more than usual for the water to boil up. So we were waiting for almost 1.5 hours for the water to hit, but then it was not happening. So we thought like we had to also pay for the geysers. But then when we complained to the owner came and told us that because of the freezing temperature outside, it takes more than usual, like more than 1 hour for the water to heat up. So that was the thing. And it was such that one of my relative also went to have bath and the water was not at all getting hot. So yeah, then rest was history. My mom and me, we stayed in one room and we wore all our clothes, like even the normal clothes, the woolen clothes, whatever we had, even we took 3 4 bed sheets, all that, because the temperature was decreasing and we were dying with cold. Next morning, when we woke up, we saw that the mountain which we saw earlier was just few kilometers away from our hotel room, and we could see this beautiful view from our window. But that day, we decided to visit only the market and some nearby places like the garden. The plants and the flowers had this very rich color, and they were much bigger in size than we see it in Goa. In this garden, we saw few locals sitting with rabbits. We thought they were selling them, but it turned out that they were allowing the tourists to hold them and charged rupees 30 per rabbit. And of course, there were photographers who clicked photos and charged 40 rupees per photo. This is business. I did business. So we thought we'll give them some business and have a ride. Later in the evening, we visited the Hidimba Devi temple, which was at a walking distance from our hotel. And it was situated right on top of the hill. So we had to walk a lot of steps to reach there. On the way to the temple, there were again these sports activities. As we reached the temple, it was already crowded. There were a lot of shops, fruit stalls, and again the animal business going on there. Then little further we could find that these few women were holding traditional clothes, which we of course wore, and it was fun. The weather in Manali is unpredictable. You never know when it might snow, when it might rain, and while we were there, it did rain, and it looked like it was raining ice. Next morning, we woke up early to see the mountain covered in snow. This was the first thing I ever did, zip roping. It was a marvelous feeling. I literally felt like I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. On the way, there were also these small shops where they gave this jumpsuit and boots to wear. It's compulsory to wear them or else you freeze and you die at your own risk. It was a 2-hour journey. On the way, the driver also told us that these people over here have two houses because when the weather gets extreme in the winters, they shift to another house. Plus, he also told us that each house over here has a licensed rifle because there are snow leopards and other wild animals roaming around. This is the first thing I did when I reached there. Touch the snow. We couldn't go to Rotan Pass because it was closed and it was not the right season to go there. So the driver took us to another mountain which was almost similar to Rotan Pass. Me and my aunt climbed right at the top of this mountain and we did what we had to do, slide down. I really thought the snow would be as soft as cotton, but then it was something like which we find in our freezers at home. Maybe because it was not the winter season and this was the remaining snow which turned like this. Touching the snow seemed to be a secret code to enter and exit this mountain. Our driver had warned us that if we wanted to go to this mountain, then we had to wake up early because by afternoon the snow melts and the weather was also unpredictable. The weather changes because as we left from there, everything got very much cloudy and it started raining. And then that's it. We left from there around 12. On the way, we had a brunch and left for our hotel. Manali is heaven on earth. Altogether a different place and different atmosphere. So this was our 10-day trip from Goa to Chandigarh to Shimla and then finally to Manali. Thank you for watching my travel journey to all these places. And if you have not watched my Chandigarh and Shimla travel, then please go to my description box below and click the link and watch it right now. And thank you so much. Like, comment, share and don't forget to subscribe.